The drug fentanyl is a serious problem both here in Maine and across the country, and oftentimes it originates in Mexico. Border Patrol agents have new advanced scanners that can detect fentanyl in vehicles.
But NBC News has learned millions of dollars worth of these scanners are sitting unused. Here's Julia Ainsley.
We're on the front lines of the fentanyl crisis. Nogales, Arizona. Half of all fentanyl seized coming in from Mexico is stopped here. But critics say the Biden administration is not doing enough. With fentanyl overdoses now the leading cause of death for Americans aged 18 to 45. Acting CBP Commissioner Troy Miller tells us virtually all fentanyl is brought across in vehicles.
It's driven by men, women, young, old, U.S. citizens, Mexican citizens.
And he tells us border agents have begun using a new technology to identify fentanyl hidden in vehicles. We watch as officers first question drivers and inspect cars. Then they may be referred for a scan.
This is new technology that's been installed to X-ray cars that officers suspect might be carrying narcotics. It's been installed here in Nogales because it's considered the ground zero for fentanyl trafficking.
But less than 5% of personal vehicles and 20% of commercial vehicles coming into the U.S. are actually scanned. With more new technology, Miller wants to bring those numbers up to 40% of cars and 70% of commercial trucks, but not for another 2 years.
Why not scan every vehicle through an X-ray?
We see 1 million people crossing our border every single day. If we tried to scan every single shipment and person coming into this country, we would shut down legitimate trade and travel.
And tonight, we've learned millions of dollars of taxpayer-purchased fentanyl scanners are sitting in warehouses, unused.
We need approximately $300 million for civil works to actually put the technology in the ground.
And it's money you've already spent, but it's sitting there. Is that frustrating for you?
Very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating.
But in Tucson, Teresa Guerrero is demanding authorities do much more. Every year, enough fentanyl is trafficked into the U.S. to kill every American.
I think the border needs to be closed, to be honest with you, because we're a superhighway. I mean, look how close, you saw how close today that we are. And they're just pouring in. This is, I believe, our last picture together.
Guerrero lost her son Jacob 4 years ago when cocaine he ingested was secretly laced with fentanyl. She says Jacob was athletic, a free spirit, and always ready to help his friends.
If only, you always ask those questions. But I don't want another parent to have to say, if only.
Some powerful stuff right there. That was Julia Ainsley reporting.